perfectly countered what Fnatic does.
Yeah, they're just like,
it was really cool.
Okay, guys, we know what Fnatic do. They try to kill us. They're not interested. They're just going to push the pace and just go around the map killing. We need to match that. We need to just go around the map and kill them back. And that's exactly what they did. I think they had an above average laning phase too. Like, I don't know if ABBA is supposed to crush TB that hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty smart, wasn't it?
It was really smart, yeah. I agree that you should ban Coddle because I think it didn't fit Fnatic's lane idea. It fit their like mid-game idea, but not their lane. They need something that does both. So I think just get it out of there. But if Secret keeps banning these like lane winners into mid-game anchors, then all of the banning prowess comes down to Fnatic. Like they have to get rid of all of these other heroes that are very good or fit them into their strategy.
Plenty of thought for both teams heading into this third draft of the day. A quick reminder for those of you at home who have just tuned in or have tuned in late to this day, you've missed some great Dota already. And we're in the final game of the day, the very final game of the day. This one game decides who makes the top 4 guaranteed, and the road doesn't end there either for either team, because the loser of this game also stays in. They're in the top 6. They will go to the quarterfinals, but Will said it earlier, you know, the best strategy as a coach is carry on winning, isn't it, Will?
Just keep winning. Secret are like, oh, guys, forgot Sunbee's like, guys, come on, man. We talked about this.
Wow.
Said don't lose.
Winning.
I feel like if I'm Fnatic, I'm scared right now because game 1, they played amazing. They stomped Secret. And then game 2, Secret just was like, okay, let's, we know what to do. And they did it. And now Fnatic's like, okay, can we shift things so that we can get it back towards game 1, or are they just going to slightly pivot to how we're adjusting and stomp us? Like, that's what feels scary. And they even had a good late game draft, as evidenced by the fact that they couldn't easily close it out with a 50k advantage. But if they feel like that and they still lost, then that's got to be terrifying. But maybe they feel like, you know what, if our laning stage just went a little better, we would have won. Maybe they feel like that as well. So
I think that's right.
So many ways it can go.
I think just a little cleanup. I don't think that Abaddon is supposed to be taking Terrorblade's tier 2 tower at 844. You know, it might be a bit of an advantage, but I think the execution in the laning phase is the biggest thing that you look at. And Paul, what you were saying about the stakes of this game, you know, it also bears mentioning that we said that this field was a little bit more upset prone, a lot more upset prone than Genting. You're looking now at playing a team like VP potentially in the quarterfinals. Yep. You want that bye.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we should mention, actually, you've probably seen it on the ticker at the bottom of the screen, but VG are now the only team without a single defeat at this event. They are now 5-0 after winning against Virtus Pro, so they are through to the semi-finals.
VG.
Yep.
They have joined tier 1 according to Will.
Yeah, they're in.
They've won twice against top teams. That's
can I gloat
now, right?
a little bit? Can I
you
gloat
can gloat,
just a
you can
little
gloat,
bit?
you like, yeah, you all the way back to Genting said VG are on the verge of joining that top 4 and making it a top 5.
Didn't, in that same sense though, you talked about how great Fnatic was. So I mean, I don't know, man.
I think I still believe that. I think Fnatic is my 6th team on that list, and I still think EG could turn it around.
Alan, be real with us.
What?
I'm gonna ask you again. Who's not joining them?
Optic.
Oh, that's really easy when they're already eliminated.
Yeah, let's.
Wow.
Complexity.
Next tournament we're at, I'm gonna
ask
you day 1. I'm gonna write a lot of things down.
This is some real bias, and plus NA is low hanging fruit right now. You got to go higher.
How dare you?
Like he'll be saying effect next.
How dare you?
I am a little bit bearish on Navi after this tournament. It's got to be said. I think you give it a little bit of a pass for the new roster, but that scared me. The last few series we've seen Navi playing have not looked good.
Tough draws though. Tough draws here.
Man, Alan with the hot takes.
Ooh. Careful, somebody's gonna make a Reddit thread about what you just said.
Yo,
that's
you
for sure.
asked, okay? I guarantee there will be a Reddit thread.
I'm honestly,
did not say much.
I'm honestly just messing with you.
I know you are.
It's all good.
We'll just clip the bit where he said Optic are rubbish, and that will be the one that goes on Reddit.
Oh God, Peter is already tweeting.
Don't say clipped.
The best thing is context never works. So
context and social media do not go together.
The important thing is I just got to get you to
say the words
exactly
in the right order.
Yep.
Or the wrong order. Into the bans we go then for this final game of the day. Fnatic versus Team Secret. And yeah, dominant first game for Fnatic. Dominant second game from Secret. All square as we head into the third.
I like the Rubik ban from Fnatic here. It's obviously super comfort. Yapsar hero helps them win the laning stage. And Secret going with same bans so far. I think their third was Sand King in the previous match.
Who bans Tiny?
That is correct.
Okay, Gyro.
I think, boy, oh boy. I think Tiny might make it through here. Either Tiny or Coddle is making it through.
Will
Wow.
Fnatic let the Coddle go, though? Or will they Coddle again and just pick a better second support?
And Fnatic will first pick Tiny, I think, if it's left in the pool.
Yep.
And if Coddle gets through and Fnatic picks it, Nice Soccer's still there as well, so maybe they don't want to pick Coddle for that reason as well. Last game they banned Nice Soccer as their third to allow the Coddle pick.
All right, so I think Secret, obviously, you make the decision. Ooh. This is now, I think Secret, if you're in the Secret position, you have a lot of pressure on you now to pick the Coddle in the first two. Because that Razor-Coddle combination is something that Fnatic's very comfortable with. It's something, again, the Razor gives you the dominant presence in the laning phase, and the Coddle makes it very hard to end the game if the other team gets ahead in the mid game.
The other tricky thing about this first pick Razor is that they're not one of those teams that play in other lanes usually either, so it's a very obvious Envy pick, isn't it?
Yes, but again, they kind of have two looks. If they don't have Envy on Terrorblade, Razor's the hero, man. It just fits so well because the rest of their hero pool is so wide open to run alongside the Razor.
What do you make of this Shaker Druid?
The Lone Druid is, we keep saying it's sort of bad against Razor because Razor can break Rapid routinely, but in a lot of other ways it seems to be okay. I don't think the teams are scared to do it.
No, I mean, second game where they straight up picked the Lone Druid into it. Okay.
So this is going to be a DJ hero most likely. It's good lane presence, but also has good ganking in the mid game. It's obviously not as good at ending the game as the Shadow Shaman is, but I think it's a good opener. It's also a pretty good hero pressuring somebody like Lone Druid as well, just because it's a lot of magic damage and mobility, so you can chase and trap him better.
Does give them some flexibility. They have played it across the board.
Yep. 8-2 DJ, but 2-2 Pile I Die since January 1st, and that's
they can mix it up if they need to.
Absolutely.
Very good against Earthshaker as well if you catch him. Can't cast a spell.
Yeah, his animations are so slow.
Yeah, level 1, just a big advantage for Clock against him. Much better than something like Night Stalker. So maybe he'll see Coddle ban now in this phase, perhaps.
Been waiting for it.
Yeah.
But is it going to come? Or?
If Secret didn't take it, I don't think it was going to... I guess Fnatic could have, but I
thought they would.
Game,
I honestly thought they would.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's not that high up.
I just feel like after game 2, it just wasn't worth grabbing. It didn't fit. It was like exploitable. It doesn't have a stun until you get Mana Leak at like level 10 or something. So
it's currently 7th most popular for DJ, which is some way down when you think there's decent other heroes ahead of that he prefers to play.
I mean, it could have worked better if Envy's on Razor. Razor can defend himself better against a potential bullying solo offlane, but I just feel like shifting felt like the right thing to do.
Nice big stat on 707 for Fnatic. They are 17-6 when playing Clockwork.
Yep. Clockwork was, again, it was sort of a support that came back in SEA back in the fall season when Jabs was great on that hero, and it looked like everybody else in the pro scene really struggled.
The Warlock ban's kind of interesting. Really helps facilitate like Razor becoming a lot stronger in lane, but it's not as good at ganking. It's more like team fight and lane support.
Yeah, it's also just a big pick it's a big comfort pick for Paladai. 8-1 on that hero he is this year.
They should pick heroes that 2 other cores that can't really get ganked by Clockwork. Like the best thing you can do against Clock is remove his purpose in the game. And that's the downside of Clock as a 4 position.
Yeah, that's why I do like the flexibility of moving it to the 5, because that matters a little bit less, and you still have the counter to the Earthshaker.
Yeah, I'm down to see Secret pick some Queen of Pain or something like that for mid.
Do you think DK works almost as well? Okay.
So they can be flexible with the bench pick, but could also... I think it'd be pretty good as a core. Swap whoever Razor static links, swap Razor in. He doesn't deal very well when he's that deep. Maybe that's one of the reasons they banned out Warlock, because Warlock would be a decent way to turn that around if that happens.
Yep. Yeah. Interestingly, of their last 4 Revenge games, 3 of them have been Puppy.
Yeah. It's usually a 5 for Secret.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, you can also save against Clockwork Hook.
I wonder if you take SF this game for Fnatic.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Abed's SF is really, really good.
Even against like Venge Swap interrupting Requiem.
Yeah.
I think the early advantage that you get with the SF Clockwork combo and just how good Abed can be at farming on the hero is enough to offset that.
So Lion maybe to protect against a TB pick.
Yeah, so this is a 4-position Clockwork, and it's going to be a Pile Die Lion. Lion, one of Pai's arguably signature heroes throughout his career.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I feel like Secret can be really flexible still. I guess they have to be a little bit worried about like a Razor matchup, but
So that's okay. So that is almost definitely a Puppy VS and an Ace Lone Druid, and I still like Will. I still kind of like Will's swap call, although the Lion makes that a little bit scarier. Well, maybe OD instead, Will, or is he too vulnerable to ganks?
For Secret?
Yeah.
I would have taken it for Fnatic.
Okay. Okay.
It's not bad for... I like OD as a hero a lot, as a whole.
I just like him because he has that. He just has a very clearly defined role as this damage engine throughout the game. As long as you have push to go with him.
How does it work when you cogs out, like right outside the OD? The OD Astral, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
can
like
get the
you
push.
should auto hit. Are you thinking about like if you banish and try to blink or something?
Yeah.
I feel like you'd get hit.
It's very. It's very hard to blink out of that.
It's like a. I don't even. I feel like you can't because it should be like positionally based, but I might be wrong.
I would have taken OD on Fnatic, if not the SF.
Fnatic's turn to
Okay, Secret going to double back for the DK again. It sort of goes with that idea of heroes that are of cores that are very difficult to threaten in lane.
I'm super down with it now.
With OD or SF.
Either.
Just need something high damage basically, right?
Yeah.
In both
Yeah.
lane against DK, okay.
Yeah,
And
you just need a source of big magical damage to threaten the DK.
they'll get like, Fnatic will get like a BKB on either of them, and then it's really hard for Secret to deal with.
Dragon Knight is now 16th, 17th pick now, and it's 81.2% win rate.
Oh my lord.
Well, here's where it goes down. Because Envy, you're going to take OD and blow them up. Or SF.
I'm so
It's
down
also the
with
third
one of those
most
two
picked
picks.
of this tournament now, by the way, DK, jointly with Disruptor and Witch Doctor. Only Rubik and Gyro have been picked more.
Although, yeah, you do want to take those fourth because Secret could actually, if they had to, fit one of those into their lineup too. So they could ban one and pick the other.
I don't think they want to go SF though.
I don't
on
think they
Secret
do,
side,
but
or even OD probably with the Dragon Knight. I think I feel like Cole's one of the only teams that runs them offlane, and they always have to give him like a dual lane, otherwise.
oh
it
no,
sucks.
there are a couple other teams that have shown it. Yeah, Moo's the one that's played it most offline. I also like this variation from Team Secret. Picking Fadas heroes last is not something that they do often. Usually when they do that, it's the Tide. It's still in the pool.
Because they're not
that's a good
sure
adjustment.
where the Razor's going.
Yep, exactly.
A long time for this fourth pick for Fnatic.
I mean, if both picks really are good, and so far they seem pretty good.
Team Secret's turn.
Well, they changed their mind. They went Underlord instead. Much stronger mid hero.
Nice big fat universe. Hero at 4.
So the Aura is very good against Dragon Knight. The Nuke is very good against Dragon Knight. Anything that does a percentage-based health. I think he was actually one of the heroes that I saw when I looked at the hero matchups, at least based on Dota Buff, not pro games. But
5 seconds.
You don't think that's offline Underlord?
Oh yeah,
I was
he
being
was being
sarcastic.
yeah
Oh,
he
okay.
was giving a shit.
because we're just like OD or SF, OD or SF.
Man, that was dry humor. I like that, Kevin.
That's
I-
be careful.
It's purged, dude.
You got me.
It makes the matchups a little bit harder for Secret. Their ban is kind of maybe less valid here, but
Fnatic's turn to
They
battle.
banned SF.
Yeah,
They
it was
thought-
going to be one of the two.
Take OD Fnatic, please.
gives them a little bit of mobility with their ultimate too.
Yeah.
And I think between like Underlord and Clock, it's actually so much area control.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
imagine the bear trying to fight through that, and he has to deal with the Razor passive. Like
But the thing is, like, I don't know that Secret would have banned the Underlord 6th, and like, oh my god, if you manage to get SF 4th and pick up Underlord 5th, that's so sick. because you have so much. You have the cogs, you have the pit, you have so much that's just going to set people up for triple raises. They're going to be eating triple raises all game.
Maybe just they didn't think that their opponents were onto them or something.
Fair enough.
Who knows?
All right, here's what's wild. If I'm Fnatic, I'm taking OD, okay? And if I'm Secret, I'm gonna offlane Pugna. That's my wild call.
I'm down.
I would like that, yeah. It doesn't get countered too much by the Fnatic heroes. He's got cover between like VS and stuff.
Did they ban OD?
No,
They did.
they did.
And they're
so
going
they
to
can
take the
take
Abed
Ember.
Ember Spirit. Abed, really the only player that's still down with the Ember. And Secret knows what they're going to... Oh, okay, no, that was Fnatic
Okay.
that was taking the headsets.
All right, I assume he'll go like a magic build against Dragonite and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuns on... There's not so many stuns on Secret, but there's enough. Dragonite, VS, and Earthshaker once he gets Blink. Matchup-wise, it's a lot better than against Dragonite, I'm guessing. I've never played Ember versus Dragonite, but...
So why would they not go the Tide here?
Yeah, usually that's the typical when Secret leaves Fada's pick for last. It's almost always tied.
But does Tide fit? I'm not so sure. Yeah.
Wow.
So...
This is offlane DK. I told you.
Well,
Yes.
all right. There's curveballs, and then there are ones that, you know, just bend round worlds. And that's one of those. Because that's come from
Look at that
nowhere.
reaction.
We've only seen one other Invoker today, and it was played very well. in
Look
game
at the
one.
reaction by
Yeah.
Envy. Oh, man.
Secret's going to do what Fnatic did game 1.
Yeah,
That's what they're gonna do.
absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. They're looking at the same kind of principle play, same kind of execution. Makes your job almost impossible, I think, to call this one. But Alan, we'll start with you.
I love the adjustment at the tail end. I had a feeling they had something in their back pocket. I'm going to go Secret in this one. Well played on both sides, but all 3 drafts in the series. Great drafts.
Well,
Yeah, I'll go with Secret.
I'm going to stick with the Fnatic fan club because I don't want to have to call them in the morning and cancel my
I like
membership.
that.
So
Okay,
this will
good.
save me time.
Good point. I'm also kind of on that as well. Once in, you're always in, right? Kev's hopefully secured his membership and is now a lifelong Fnatic fan. But that all depends on how they do in game number 3. Let's rejoin our commentary team for that. And gents, you've got another Invoker game.
We do. I don't have a Fnatic membership card, however.
Right, okay.
And maybe if they win this tournament, I might buy one.
Wow, that's a tall order. You're a mean man.
I
do have a.
I have
an
high
Invoker membership
expectations.
card.
There's only a limited amount of slots that I would keep in my wallet, like for cards.
Okay, all right. Well, enjoy game 3,
Yeah.
gents. We're sure to.
Yeah, I hope so too. We were tossing up over the last pick as well. We weren't thinking the Invoker. We were tossing up Puck. We were thinking control for Fada. Do Team Secret still actually have enough control in their lineup? Now they bring in the Invoker. Does the combination work well enough? I throw to you.
We're going to do a bit of a spoil here.
Okay,
I
spoil.
see this Invoker has picked up Quas at level 1. This looks like he might actually do Quas Wex. Especially versus Ember Spirit, Tornado is one of the harder counters versus the hero. You remove the shield, you make his life miserable throughout all stages. I think this might be what they're doing here. You never really see Quas picked up unless they're going to do Quas Wex.
Yep. Which then means like you run more of a defensive early game. Can you get away with that then? Like it takes time for the Invoker to come online. It takes time for the Lone Druid to really be a big influence, and then you've got a DK as well. This seems like a very slow-paced game from Team Secret, which didn't work for them well in game 1. Can Fnatic force the momentum? Can Fnatic force a better timing?
They don't really have building hitters on the side of Fnatic is the problem because they pick Ember. They're just looking to battle, and I think Will was saying it on the panel too. Secret, they just want to match battling. Sure, this one's a bit greed, but with an Invoker in this game, he can cause so much trouble versus an Ember Spirit. The EMP and Tornado really make your life miserable.
They're switching lanes. They're pulling Ace to the bottom lane. They're going to drag DK into the mid, and Invoker is actually going to run...
No, he's mid.
He's coming mid?
He's absolutely going mid.
So DK is going to keep going all the way up.
He's going to go top, yeah.
Okay,
Invoker side lane, not a thing.
Yeah.
Definitely not a thing.
Hey, was it Black that you actually ran that for a short period of time?
Not a thing.
He'll try to make that one. Okay, not a thing. Okay.
When was that, though? That was like 2013 when it was like Fort Spirit Necrobook, right?
Might have been 14, but
14,
yeah.
yeah.
It was a while ago.
It was a while back.
It was definitely a while back.
I'm really excited to see if he does go Quas Wex.
That was back when Poppy was still running Storm Spirit jungle. Yep. That's the thing. Roaming Tide Hunter.
Roaming Tide Hunter.
Never forget, classic Jimmy. All right, so Ace has to battle up against both Universe and DJ. That's going to be a bit of a rough lane for him. The Arbed versus mid one, we can watch the battle as well as Mid lane, Pylai is still looking for that rotation around the back. Mid one's trying to get up in Arbed's face, but with Yapsor sitting behind him, you were saying it before in the earlier games of this series, that Yapsor is kind of like that mid laner that just sits there the entire time. Ensure mid one.
That's pretty much what he does. He plays around the mid lane more than anything. They actually really don't play around Ace too much on their supports. It sometimes is Puppey, but for the most part, they sit around mid and just TP. And we will see Fada, since he can't lane versus Razor in a 1v1, it's all about the creep pull.
Cold snap, Pylai die. Yapsor needs to keep punching him and body blocking him. Pylai's in trouble. There's that early tornado, and Yapsor with the bonus damage
It's quasi
secures a first blood. And Fogged, this is why you are an expert. It is in fact Crosswax.
I mean, you never go Quas first if you're going Exor. But
You're an expert, damn it.
Thank you.
Take the compliment. Everyone make a Reddit thread.
oh my god, please stop. So Secret, they're continuing to get they're continuing to manipulate the lane top with the DK, because like we were just saying, DK versus Razor, you don't do much in the lane. This is giving a lot of space though bottom, so they're duo pressuring Ace.
Is this almost like when it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't the cogs actually give the aura to the Underlord as well when they get killed off? Because I've been noticing DJ's just been running at him the entire time. Nice.
I don't believe so, no.
You don't believe so? Okay.
No, because they're not units, they're structures.
Okay. I'm just watching this just almost insane amount of CS that's coming into Universe. Like 8 denies, 14 to the Lone Druid, 9-1.
They cogged the lane originally, and then DJ played just basically standing in front of Ace. So Universe got the full 3 like waves all the way back near his tower, and he was able to last hit freely.
Yeah,
I'm wondering now if mid one's gonna do. We got to witness it. Me and Owen,
DJ's
we
coming
saw
down
it multiple times.
Ace Rune on him is the very end of it. Universe goes with a 2 points up in Firestorm, so heavy damage onto Ace. There's 4 1 charges available, so he'll Savage Roar DJ away. The TP was coming in and ended up being cancelled.
It's a hard dive to go versus Longer. As soon as he has 2, the Savage Roar is always going to be there to defend. But I'm wondering if mid one he might do the Thompson build. We got to see it a bunch. Was that the Meteor Hammer? It was actually pretty cool the way that he used it when we got to witness it. And he goes for, of course, the Urn first, and then he goes for the Meteor Hammer afterwards. I'm wondering if mid one is going to follow suit.
Well, watch. Right now he's not looking anywhere past Phase Boots.
No, it's
at the beginning.
Phase Urn, and then we'll see what the build is after.
DJ doing a lot of damage. There's 2 points up in Battery Assault with the Firestorm. Puppey will burn. And DJ ensures a kill on the bottom lane. Meanwhile, up on top, Eternal Envy. Not the greatest CS for him. Only now going to get close to double digits. He's 9-3 against Fada's 13-6.
All that creep pulling really hurting him quite a bit here. He's got length though, so he'll be able to catch up nicely in mid. Mid one.
Cold
DJ's
snap.
here.
Yeah, DJ wants to try and be involved in this. There's that level 2 Battery Assault, but a quick spin up into the air. TP support's coming in, and there's going to be a nice fissure time if they look to change towards Arbed. Arbed slider fist dodges. Wave of Terror comes in as well. He would have been dead to rights if that fissure connected.
That was sick.
It was. Regen Rune gets denied to both the mid laners as it got picked up by the roaming DJ. He will now TP to bottom lane. But Fada gets both the bounty runes up on top, just like Ace picks up both the bounty runes on bottom.
DJ's everywhere right now. He's even throwing some taunts at Yapsor. It is really up to him to make the moves around the map because Lion doesn't want to leave top. He wants to stay protecting Eternal Envy just in case of those rotations. Because
Let's not have another Terror Blade game.
Yeah, he can still be susceptible to the double roam coming out from the 2 supports.
Well, Arbez returned to the mid lane. Bottle running Ember.
So a neat thing about the Quas Wex thing with Invoker is actually the HP regen you get. When you get your level 4 Quas, you're sitting at somewhere around 30 HP per second when you have triple Quas invoked.
For now, he's focusing on the battle with Arbed, hence maxing up the Wex. Lion still looking for a rotation in around the back, dropping the sentry bullets by much, but Yapsor and DJ, Puppey's in the neighborhood. So they throw out the Wave of Terror. They want to try and kill off DJ, and they will definitely be successful. He is totally trapped here. The extra damage from Yapsor, and they give the kill to mid one. And Fada once again is being a nuisance up on top. I kind of like this.
He can't stand toe-to-toe with Razor. Yeah. He has to just keep lane pulling so he can get farmed. But the big winner out of all of this is definitely Universe. He is 35-12 on this Underlord.
Yeah. He's had so much space being created by this 4-position DJ. Even if DJ does have to sacrifice himself up a little bit, the rotation was bound to come in to try and hit into Universe. So Puppey already used both Magic Missile They have got an entangle if they can just get the RNG to go their way. Puppey body blocking it up. So many hits. The Fidget will connect the cogs. Actually pushing the bear into Universe. And Ace is so low. He's got 12 one charges, but DJ, here's the Savage Roar. They need to push DJ further back out of this, but the Firestorm from Universe, that's level 3. YapzOr is burning. He'll need to give some mana out, and he'll do so.
How many hits was
Puppey
that?
finally has a magic missile. I saw 5 at least, but I think it might have been 6.
6 or 7, yeah, like 5,
And
between 5 and 7 hits for Ace and no root. The RNG not in his favor.
Yep. The advantage for him is he keeps getting these double bounty runes on bottom, so the progression, at least for Lone Druid, is not bad. He's sitting at 2.5k net worth to the 3.3k of Universe. That Firestorm damage is just hell for the supports.
Yeah, he got the bear last hit too. That 300 gold, level
Yep.
6 already now on Universe at 6 minutes.
That's how he gets around, right? He actually Dark Rifted back already. Fada, top lane, Static Link is on him. He has to start the TP out before Eternal Envy gets too much damage. It's only 2 points up in the Static Link, but still, give it the respect, 6 minutes in. DJ's looking for another opening in towards mid. How's the vision game look like? Okay, the vision game's not that great. Spirit's down. DJ wants to walk straight through him. The double fissure from YapzOr will connect. Arbed, Cole snapped up, a little bit more damage up the hill, but Pylai dies here too. And Envy starts his TP, and when the plants are filled, they'll have enough damage. He'll invoke up the Quas, then goes inside the Ghost Walk, but it won't matter. The Sentry Ward, which was there to do the de-warding in the first place, is what reveals him. And the denial on the Observe Ward can at least happen. Pylai die. Stun creates space. YapzOr holds the fissure.
Everything is going in the wrong for Secret and everything is going in the right for Fnatic there. That one, like you said, it's a dewarding sentry and it catches him because of the positioning that he went to go run away. Great gank though from Fnatic. Everybody getting involved there, like you said. Envy porting in to make sure.
Yeah, they actually needed the plasma field damage, but if he didn't have the sentry ward there, that would have been a big rotation like waste for Fnatic. Because you got more space for Fada. He got up a little bit more levels. YapzOr's going to be up here to ensure that 8-minute room belongs to them. Even follow up with the fissure if he wants to. Paladai keeps the hex on him and stun. Okay. You'll get something out of it. Fissure now comes out because Fada's moving in. 2 points up in the Breathe Fire and the Dragon Tail stun. Puppey in the neighborhood. Fada will get the kill. Where is mid one actually heading? He's continuing north. They're coming for Eternal Envy.
He wants to get active because he's getting pressured a bit too much.
They'll need to
He
hit the
can get kills
tornado.
here.
Send him up and towards the air. The EMP burn with the coal snap. So much damage. And Envy, well, he's got a lot of one charges up the sleeves. Gets back behind the tower. Lion and Clockwork start their TPs in. They'll cancel the Clockwork one as Eternal Envy sits on 150 HP back behind the tower. That looks like rotations everywhere. Arbed's coming bottom. So Ace gonna try and just push Universe out.
Universe has a Vanguard though. 1500 HP, you're not pushing him out.
Yeah.
Ace.
Where's that TP? There's the pit to start with. Searing Chains, level 3. There's a long time for Ace to be trapped there, but then the Fear, Arbed, and Universe back up. The Spirit committal. There was no TP support coming to this one. YapzOr potentially could have, but he's leveling and farming mid.
They want to keep someone mid because they're making these rotations. They really want to punish Envy. Envy's actually brought himself out 2 salves.
He burns both of them as well, but here comes the attack. In through the rear, Pylai going to get stunned up. The EMP burn, hurting hard. Pylai, one more attack. That should be enough. It will be enough. But the damage stolen by Envy, pushing it into Fada. That's a lot of armor to get through, but 112 stolen damage. The fissure, maybe Envy's in too deep. But support's nearby. Universe has already arrived up on this top lane.
Now it's key for mid one to make those moves. He wants to get earn charges. He didn't have it just yet, but now it's really important for him to get them so he can keep the Quas chain mini stunning people. And both supports, like you said, YapzOr was mid, and DJ went mid too to get their level 6s online.
I'm waiting for Lone Druid to really force this bottom tower, like get some kind of reaction. Now that Universe is left, he can obviously Dark Rift around the map. This is his big advantage. Makes the rotations for that offlaner even better. Nice regen rune for Arbed. May commit quite heavily into YapzOr. They know he's just farming there. DJ closes the distance, but doesn't get close enough just yet.
Abed's here though, stalking, and they do not know that Abed's down here still.
Yeah. YapzOr looking for the stun. Actually waited it nicely, faked it out with his initial totem. So the EMP going to keep everybody else at Puppey. I think he's still looking towards Arbed. Doesn't want this regen. Oh, okay. Magic Missile will chase him. YapzOr's here. The cogs DJ creates enough space. YapzOr's trying to fidget, trying to get something back in return. They can at least lock in DJ, but they don't have enough damage while he's locked there. Meanwhile, up on top, Fada goes down.
Yeah. Midwin was trying to force the Remnant back so he'd jump into an EMP, but they did not have the damage to actually force that. And Abed, he has a regen, so he's not looking to stop. He's looking to put the pressure onto Midwin here.
Yep, coming from behind. Clockwork has level 6, so hookshot DJ goes in. Lock him inside the cog, need to break him free a little bit so he can close the distance, but Abed, Cole snapped up, TP is here, YapzOr ready for the Fissure, but Eternal Envy has also arrived. The Fissure blocking him out of the fight and keeping DJ under the tier 1 tower as well.
Ace has made the move. He can't pressure the bottom tower. They want to try to get at least one. He wants to take top. They could look for Pi if they can close on the stun.
Poppy's going to get the stun. Needs to switch the aggro off so the bear cops a little bit more because this is going to happen. All the damage from Pi die.
Oh, that just happened.
Yeah, it really did. Don't think he was ready for that level 6, but Lion already had it under the tower now, and Eternal Envy's back to defend. Universe is an absolute beast. He's 5.9k net worth. He's got a full Crimson Guard done 12 minutes into this game, and Fada's like looking at this going, I am not a knight. This is the ultimate beast. And the fairy tale doesn't work where I get the kill. In fact, I get rooted all the way down the bottom, then chained, and now DJ will come into battery assault him as well. Universe will get the kill. The tier 1 tower belongs to Fnatic.
Top as well, Ace.
Oh, Epi's actually stealing the damage from the bear. Ace wanted the kill over on Pylai Die. YapzOr has to commit the Fissure to keep Eternal Envy exactly where he is, but the hook shot in from the side. YapzOr again in a horrible position.
Fnatic just making better responses and better moves overall. It just seems like Secret, they're trying to get these kills, they're trying to make these moves, but it's just being responded to too quickly by Fnatic.
It's escalating quickly too.
Yeah.
Like, the gold advantage is now really going their way, and it's only been the last couple of minutes that Fnatic have really turned on the heat. But this is when they get a 2.7k gold advantage, their experience advantage, moving towards the 4k. Everything is going their way, and like, what do you do against this? Team Secret still need to rotate heroes down to bottom lane to deal with Universe.
They really want to just try to get a tower, it did seem like, with the Lone Druid and the Dragon Knight trying to commit somewhere, but they're just getting met by more heroes every time. DJ on point every time with his rotations, and it seems like the bottom lane is almost impossible for them to actually do anything in, because Universe, the only way he can really die is to like a 4-person gank at this point.
Yeah.
And look at this again. Abed and DJ tag teaming up. They're looking for Fada.
And he's hiding in the trees, but Abed and DJ under the cover of smoke, so that Observer Ward doesn't see much. Fada doesn't get the second rooting on him. He's still underneath the tower. DJ's hook shots off cooldown in 2 seconds time. The Observer Ward they just planted knows exactly where Fada is. Universe will chase through, but they got a better target. A real big target. Mid one, he needs some space. He'll go invis. Where's the detection? Fissure from YapzOr buys more time. Universe, cold feed it up. If you're gonna try and kill off the Invoker, you must have that detection. But Universe doesn't care. His regen is 16 a second. He's just tanking the tower.
He's going to be going for pipe next too. It's just going to get increasing more that resistance to this team. Secret.
Mid one still wants to fight. His Tornado's on cooldown for 4 more seconds.
They really want to get him at least one urn charge so he can make moves around.
Yep.
Ace has gone for a Dominator, by the way, on Lone Druid.
He had, okay, he actually got a Dominator. He had Maelstrom queued up for a while. So he must have had a change of heart. Wonder why Dominator over everything else. Unless he just needs it for the regen, needs something else, like to battle Envy. If he's looking for a Troll Trapper. Like,
I think maybe he's thinking they just need some type of lane pressure.
Oh, DJ. He's actually not that bad of a kill. He's 2-1-3. Here comes Fada into the Dragon form. They need this kill nice and quick. Breathe fire. Took a little bit longer. Mid one will actually claim it.
He finally gets an urn charge now too. So he can look for those kills, at least on the support heroes in particular.
I love this move from Fnatic. Like, Abed instantly turns on the Flame Guard, goes down towards the bottom lane to add pressure into the tier 2 tower, because he could see Fada with the Dragon form looking to add pressure to the mid. That tier 1 tower is pretty low, so Lone Druid's having more fun up here with Universe. With the Sada Hadoukens, he's got a little bit more damage. Universe gonna put down the root, locking up the army of Ace. Abed does his TP as well. Spirit coming on. Does he want to go through the tree line? He does not. Now he does over the trees. Here comes Razor as well, but Tornado up in the air. Mid one drops the EMP too. Abed, a little bit of trouble. He's actually bone dry, and Envy's on the wrong side of the tracks. Rooted up, the double stun from Pylai Die. It will not create enough space. Team Secret bring 5 heroes to this top lane. Fnatic will look to do exactly the same thing.
So pretty interesting. I guess the way he's trying to use the Dominator is just to be able to split push and take towers even faster, because he just jumps into true form, pops the battle cry, and he ends up actually quite hard. You see how low he brought Universe there?
Yep.
Dire's top tower.
Interesting build coming out. Puppy,
Nice stun.
get it by Pi.
Yep. And support coming over, however, but hook shot. DJ goes in, but he's locked in with 3 heroes. That's not to make Battery Assault effective, but it makes Underlord effective. The perfect pit, the perfect Firestorm. And you're gonna lose 2 heroes.
But they claim the tower.
They do claim the tower. Their first one of the game.
I'd still imagine Ace is gonna go for Radiance this game after this build anyway. He picked up a catapult there to be able to help push the tower even more.
It makes it more of an option, the fact they got more money, but no, he put Maelstrom back into the quick buy, just picked up the Mithril Hammer.
Interesting.
So they make him the early fighter while Invoker's still playing catch up, because you got no.
I guess he wants
there's no
to-
Midas mid one, right? Like Aghanims is going to take a very long time.
I mean, he wants to go for the range lone druid build. He even picks up the attack range, so he wants to keep the distance from the Razor and go for, yeah, that used to be the build, right? The Dragonlance Maelstrom on lone druid to outrange the Razor. Interesting approach. Fada has Blink Dagger now finished up on Dragonite, so they have better ways of initiation. He's recovered very nicely. He's pretty much tied up with the Ember Spirit.
They're looking for a kill on mid. Smoke up, DJ's on the high ground. Fada, just with the fresh Blink Dagger, jumps forward into DJ. It's not just about killing DJ, it's securing the tier 1 tower in mid. And the ability to fight us 4 before Fnatic can react. And, well, Pit Lord's coming in. I mean, Underlord's coming in. Oh, old school. Hex, Pile Die, nice rotation. VS, there's your swap out. Had to sacrifice himself to ensure that Fada can survive. Fada's already in a rough game. Can he deny himself up to the Dragons? That would be the ultimate thing, but no. Eternal Envy, he will claim the kill.
A standard Venge, a puppy Venge play right there.
Yeah.
Throwing his life away for his core.
No. Mid can be slowed down as well. Fissure, Tornado, that's more than enough. Ace may be the one having a little bit of a harder time up on top.
I'm hoping for some mid-game alacrities being thrown on this lone druid from a distance. He's already got the 1 point in Exort too on mid one.
Oh, he's going to do so much with that.
Yeah, the attack speed's going to be insane because Max Wex just makes you hit so fast.
Put him in range of the Venjora, then that, yeah. He's got the Maelstrom now up and running. Mid lane again, EMP Tornado. Just trying to make it difficult. Universe goes from 100% to 0 with that EMP burn.
That's a pretty interesting call that you said. Like, it's with the Venge, right? So that could be why he wants to go for that straight range form too. Not only just because he's Versa Razor, but he has that extra Vengeance Aura to be able to benefit from. He's even queued up a BKB as his next item.
Yeah, he's becoming the
Very
big fighter. Arbet, I think, wants to go for a solo kill on Poppy. If Poppy's just down far enough, and, well, Side of Fist Searing Chains begins it, but it won't follow up.
Abed's the one who's going to be going for the Radiance.
Okay.
Intriguing.
Just shows you the dynamic nature of heroes in Dota.
Yeah.
Never have to pigeonhole yourself into one or the other. Middle lane, mid one's finally able to claim that tower. Took a while to do so. DJ's in the neighborhood looking for the hook shot, needs to get it. 4-star, already started up by mid one. That's what he spent his early money on. And swap Puppy, dragging Pilot Eye in. The EMP's in a good position. Fnatic does not want to go into this fight because now Eternal Envy has no man to speak of. He'll use his 1 charges. A 1-for-1 trade-off.
Does anyone else build Arcane Boots on the side of Fnatic? All right, they did at least on Pi, so they have to have at least 1 or 2 sets to be able to play versus EMP in team fights, because otherwise
It seems so
you're all just out of man.
It always seems so silly to see Arcane Boots on the line, however.
Oh,
Mid one.
Abed.
Yeah, he just slides forward. The Cold Snap and the Urn Charges makes it almost impossible for Abed to really just jump himself away from this. Side of Fist in 1 second time. Can buy it to Spirit out. Urn is still ticking him down. Sunstrike on the positioning.
Level
Abed
2.
will fall. A level 2 Sunstrike will end up killing the poor little Ember Spirit. I say poor little Ember Spirit. He's not that poor. But that was a 4-kill streak. The mid one was just able to end.
And mid one's now shown he's going to be going for the Orchid. Since he's versus Ember Spirit, it makes a lot of sense. I was really hoping that he'd do the Thompson build, but no, he wants to be able to scale a bit harder.
Makes a lot of sense to hunt it too. If he's going to be running around at high movement speed inside of Ghost Walk.
This is the old Klaus Wex build. It's the phase, Urn into Orchid. This game, since he's versus Clockwork, he went for the 4-staff.
Just had to modify it slightly. Only way to survive Fada, maybe in a little bit of trouble on bottom lane. TP comes in, the BTs of Arbet, looking for the moment. Friends are too far away, inside the trees. Fada, yeah, he can't juke this one. Here comes the Spirit Committal. They want this kill quickly before Puppy can really help out. And Puppy, he was almost there for the swap. But thanks to the Observer and Sentry of Fnatic, they would have been very well prepared for it.
Fada had about 1.5 seconds left until his Blink Dagger, so he was trying to juke around the trees to get that Blink out. But not
You know, the
quite
crazy
able
thing
to.
for Puppy is he dropped the Sentry Ward, then saw the Observer and Sentry. Second he saw it, he backed out of the fight. Means he actually lost his sentry ward for it all. Ace. Bye, universe. Bye, universe. He went all the way home. Could have actually joined his teammates in the bottom lane to take out that tier 2. But
Much closer game this time around, though. So it's less than 1k gold advantage. The experience is also negligible, about 2k.
It's coming back after Team Secret have just tried to change the tempo of this game. Since the Blink Dagger arrived over on Fada, Palai Dai fails the Blink, but Fada also fails the stun, so now Fada fails the Blink. Nice Hawk comes in, Puppey swaps him back out once more to take it for the team. By the space for mid one, who drops down very, very low. He has EMP Tornado. Actually, he has Cold Snap Tornado invoked. But I think at this point, when Fnatic bring that many numbers into the lane, you're happy for it. Ace almost took the tier 2 tower up on top at Arbed. He at least can commit to kill off the bear, but he wants Arbed. Envy will take the bear, just do the extra damage, get the bonus 300 gold efficiency as Ace Savage Raw. But they kept their distance nicely. So he'll go up into the trees. Rocket gives him the vision. And that's a good kill. Beamon back in mid lane. Fada, very, very low. Ice Wall makes it impossible for Palai Dai to actually run away from mid one or keep up with Fada, who's coming back in for the kill. He's looking for the Earth Spike, but he can't do it. The Cold Snap makes it impossible to channel.
You can see that they were hesitant about fighting around mid because Ace was split pushing top. He actually almost got the tier 2 during all of it.
Really good obs just got planted down, scattered out the movement of Eternal Envy.
Radiant structures.
As well as the clockwork. They see so much now, Team Secret. And they want to deny the mid tower if possible.
They've got the blink on the Shaker, so they could set up a trap here for Envy.
He's moving into the tree line, right in front of the tower.
Fada's not healthy enough.
It's still nighttime as well, so the vision game is a little bit more restricted. But this Radiance for Ember Spirit's rapidly approaching, now at 3.5k for Arbed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hog shot. Hi, puppy. Bye, puppy. It's nice knowing you, man. Fada TP'd in pretty quickly, but I think he realized there was nothing he could do. Not once Eternal Envy showed himself to.
Does seem Fnatic is in a pretty good spot of just being able to pick off heroes a little bit better around the map.
Like again up on top lane. There's the Spirit Committal. Arbed actually a little slow on his positioning for the jump. Ace was already backing out of the pit.
Look at the item adjustments that are coming out. Lone Druid has now queued up Bloodthorn.
Is under attack.
They want to just be able to lock down this Ember Spirit. They don't seem to be afraid of the Razor with the itemization that they're going for.
Mid lane, mid one. Currently a frog. A Searing Frog. Wonderful Tornado EMP Paladin may even die. No, he doesn't die at that 150 HP. Invoker definitely goes down. It just seems so hard for Fnatic to keep the fights going because they keep getting, like, it's like 3 heroes getting hit by the EMP every time. So they are always low on mana. And they're going to go in for Roshan.
Firestorm.
Blink Dagger's on ES. Yabsor only just got this. This is so huge at a level 2, like a level 2 Echo Slam. If they can get some level of information, the Wave of Terror will provide this and be ready for the jump. They know they're in there. Yabsor, he's high enough up that the rocket from DJ, it didn't actually scout him out. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, and slam in time. Almost there. Now they see a little bit more. The Plastic Field are connected. He can't blink anymore. He'll go for the fissure. Roshan's at 200 life. Yabsor will not jump in. He'll blink away instead. And what could have been amazing was mediocre at best. Yabsor just needs to TP, but he can't. On cooldown for 5 more seconds. That's your blink reveal. Roshan goes the way of Fnatic. Aegis onto the Ember, and a full Radiance as well.
Great play by Envy there. Just leaving the pit. He knows he's not needed to hit it. He just has to make sure that the Earthshaker can't steal the Aegis by any means. And that's 4K.
Everything seemed right if he only jumped earlier, but he would have had to go blind.
Yeah.
That would have been the huge downside.
And like you said, Radiance picked up. They've all queued up BKBs now on the side of Fnatic. BKB's finished on Razor. Ember Spirit's going to have one in quite a while, but that's his next choice since he sees the Orchid being picked up. But the Orchid is done on mid one, so they can now look to make some aggressive plays around this Invoker with the Earthshaker Blink Dagger and the Dragonite Blink too.
I'm wondering if they felt Chile had more time to get that second up. Like if it was going to be like a Lincoln Sphere for the Ember Spirit as opposed to the BKB. So that at least they could lock him down with that. Because you've already, like, BKB's on the 2 big cores for Fnatic. Like, Envy has his. Just how effective is this Orchid going to be once that's up? Or is it not meant for them?
It's mostly just meant for the Ember Spirit. It's good versus the supports and the Underlord, but they want to be able to catch out this Ember.
Then their timing has to be perfect, and they have to keep the Ember down.
And they have spotted Abed here. They've got the Orchid available too. Abed could go down twice here if the rotations come.
Poppy's in the neighborhood, however, and so is Yabsor. Quick little stun, and Abed, mid one. They break the Aegis the Immortal. Underlord. He's actually jumping into the bottom lane. So they're going to try and commit a little bit harder. That's why Arbed's coming underneath the tier 2 tower. Puppy still has the swap available, but here comes DJ in through the rear. The swap is already out, but he actually pulled him in to the middle of the cogs. That wasn't part of the plan. Eternal Envy gets a triple kill.
He's on a monster kill. He's 9-1 on this Razor. That was great by a Universe there to join, because they're like, oh man, Abed is actually at risk of getting picked off twice here. They bring everybody down, and now they can transition this into a push. And Ace, he's still not fight ready. He's just going for the split push.
He'll take the tier 2 tower up on top. That's all they can do. Fnatic have entered the base. They're in on top of the tier 3 tower. There is no buyback. Fortification also not available here for Team Secret. Fnatic, 26 minutes in. Not only have they just taken a tier 3 tower, they want to take more. Lone Druid took the tier 2 tower up on top. The rooting on the DK. DJ's making sure they can't get in too close. Can they defend this? They need to keep the melee racks alive. Puppy comes to the front lines. Arbed, as well as Universe, they're committing, and they do bring down the melee racks. The Savage Roar trying to hold Arbed in position a little bit longer. The chaining stuns, they keep him going now. DJ hooks in the Space Creator, but the Orchid Silence, the perfect timing to kill off the Ember Spirit. Ace will get a double kill out of this, but they just lost their melee racks on bottom.
This feels like such an odd game because of the item builds that are coming out. We haven't seen like the range Lone Druid much in the games. We haven't really gotten to see too much Quaswex Invoker, and it just seems like Fnatic, they're playing around it really nicely, having these early BKBs, just constant movements around the map too because of this super farmed Underlord.
Notice how Ace hasn't spent any of his money as well. I'm not even certain he's locked on this. Pylai die? Well, okay. I'm not quite certain he really wants to be involved in this unless he can have some more friends. Here comes Eternal Envy. Mid one, needs some distance. He's got it with the 4-star. And he will be able to get away. Pilot Eye will survive. Okay, no, Ace did actually just buy the straight-up Bloodthorn. He finished the whole thing.
He hasn't really been involved in too many of the fights. Sure, he's 4-2-1, but you see like a lot of the fights are being taken. It's not like Fada's there either. It's kind of like these 3 heroes running around for Secret while Fnatic are grouping up more and taking the fights as 4 or 5 heroes every single time.
I didn't see a ping from Fnatic to actually watch that happen, but they rocketed the second they smoked as well. The Observe Board may have scouted out the Bloodthorn, but here comes Yapsaw. Fissure to begin with. Bloodthorn onto Universe. Hookshot forward from DJ, but now he's isolated. They'll swap out the heroes, and this is now just a simple 1-by-1 pickoff. And you know Team Secret, they want more. That's why Tornado Search from mid 1 won't find his target. The Savage Roar will cancel the TP of Pylai Die. And mid 1 will get the double kill. 2 heroes without buyback. A big one in Universe to bring down.
And Ace
That's his
now,
first death of the game.
Yeah, and Ace is now here to play. He's got the items that he wanted to be able to actually take team fights. Let's see what they can make of it with this high right-click damage build. Sitting for over 250.
That's about a 2.5k gold swing from that, as well as about 5k in the experience.
And they can take buildings so fast, like we were mentioning with the Alacrity.
They're going up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how much does Ace do? Do the math. And you were doing it a little bit before. I want to see that Alacrity up.
I don't know if he's going to throw... He can still throw on the Bear because the Bear has Demolish.
Range ranks was lost on bottom, so you know Team Secret are committing in for this now. The creep wave's coming up behind him. The Bear in, Fada into Dragon form. And Ace is plus 298 on top of his 106. Eternal Envy to the front lines. Swap back in from Puppy. Envy's down. He'll have buyback available, but the Bloodthorn's on the Ember Spirit. Arbed's down as well. Are they going to force buybacks on 2 of the cores? They only got it out from Razor so far. And Hawkshot, DJ in through the side. Maybe he regrets this. Fada's quite tanky, even with that urn on top of him. It's not even the urn, it's actually the Spirit Vessel, so maybe not so tanky. But the VS Spirit is fighting back. The Tier 4 towers are under siege back in Team Secret's base. They don't get exactly what they're looking for out of this. But it did cost a lot of money for the Razor. He actually lost 1.4k just because of that fight.
And they lost Abed.
And they lost Abed. And Lone Druid's got more money. 16,000 on him at the moment. We've been discovered.
We've been discovered. The Liquid guys have found us.
Team Liquid.
They just
watching from afar.
So yeah, I mean, like I was saying though, doesn't this feel like... It feels kind of strange, the game, because now it's like they've been kind of taking fights with only 3 or 4 heroes, and as soon as Ace shows up, they get a commanding fight coming out, they get a big couple kills, and even though it's a Rax advantage, the experience after all that is at 0. The gold pretty much at 0. It's 1K right now for Fnatic.
It feels like a game of adaptation. So the,
It is.
the second one team shows their hand, they're like, okay, well, we change our plan, we now go for this. And, well, we try and predict this as far as we possibly can forward. So the Orchids both arrive, like the Bloodthorn as well as the Orchid. Mid one's like, well, do I finish up a secondary Bloodthorn? I'm now going to go for the Scythe Device. We need an answer to the BKBs that we're seeing arriving on Fnatic. So it's reactionary item play, but each team is still finding that right timing throughout the game. It makes for a very fascinating game of Dota.
Yeah, the Invoker Lone Druid. We've seen this a couple times. We saw it again, especially, and we were like, they're going to struggle a bit because it's greedy. But when they do this, it kind of changes it, because they kind of went for the greed on the Lone Druid, but it's not really the Radiance because he did that range build versus Razor, and the Invoker went Quas Wex, so it completely throws a whole different wrench in the works to change the way that the game is actually played and analyzed.
Team Seeker on the hunt. 4-man smoke up a long way away. Fnatic, I thought they might be doing the same. The Observer and Sentry is showing the positioning here of Eternal Envy, and they're all backing up. So the rocket flies out. There's no aggressive ward on Fnatic beyond, like, watching Fnatic apart from that one up on the top. And there's a Wild Wing Ripper just sitting inside of Roshan. So if they walk in there, Roshan may respawn in 30 seconds.
They kill it incredibly fast with this build coming up from the Lone Druid. And they're going to have, like we were mentioning, the Alacrity, plus they've got Vengeful for all that bonus.
Is YapzOr positioning himself where he is now to try and break a smoke anchor Fnatic?
That looked like that looked like it was a smoke.
They're reading it right. Fnatic are actually fully smoked up. They're looking for a target. Even Ember Spirit was caught inside of that smoke. But back under the Observer and Sentry, YapzOr can sit in the trees and he'll see them. There's the smoke break, and YapzOr sees it coming, knows it's there. They put down the Observer ward from Fnatic.
But they know it's there.
Yeah, the Sentry ward's also available, and now they drop their own Sentry, so it's a crisscross of the detection. So Ace quickly gets rid of that Observer ward. They do not want Fnatic having vision, but they also have to rotate back down to bottom, or else these tier 4 towers are going to start to hurt more. But luckily for Envy got the change he wanted. Tier 4 towers don't regenerate.
Everyone wanted that change.
Just remember, Envy was one of the most outspoken people about it. It's bullshit.
Sumail was very adamant about it as well. He really didn't like that, the tier 4 regen. So Fada has gone for the full Silver Edge here, doing it to deactivate the Atrophy Aura. Could be quite useful for them in the fights. And I think the next big timing, at least for Secret, is going to be that BKB on Lone Druid. I don't really see how they can kill him once he's got that, because he can just keep himself in the back. But before that, he's definitely a bit vulnerable.
But the BKB on Lone Druid, I still haven't actually even felt like the big presence from Earthshaker. We felt it with Puppey, with his ES in the last game, because it's all about the Echo Slam. Maybe I'm just still holding on to my disappointment around that Roshan pit, because it could have been amazing. But still, you haven't felt it yet.
It's because it's a strange game, the way that it's kind of been played around, because you don't really see Ember Spirits too often anymore. You don't see ranged Lone Druids. All of this is just adaptation, like you were mentioning.
I like this from, like, wait, is Universe... Yeah, Universe is buying a BKB and then going to go into a full Assault Cuirass. So he can just stand in the fight.
He doesn't, I mean, he dies so quickly if he does get Bloodthorn.
We'll see if he can stand through this. Team Secret, they're smoked up, rotated around the north side. A really good position for mid one if he can get a good hit, and there's the blink forward. They want DJ out. The Pit of Malice doesn't actually work efficient. Cancels him out way too early, but the hookshot forward, it only connected on the bear. Arbed doesn't hit his Sleight of Fist Searing Chains combination. The BKB will wear off in 2 seconds time, and this immunity will be gone. Universe gets a nice double pit, but will it be enough? With the double Searing Chains, it may almost be, but Fada finds the backlines up inside the lane. Almost the kill. The line will die from just the fall, scared of heights, and they move their attention towards DJ. Fada inside the cogs, trapped in there with him, and they swap Envy back in once more. The Bloodthorn is out. 3 heroes down for Fnatic, but the critical thing, none of them have buyback. The creep wave is up there on the top lane. If Team Secret knew about this, they could just force and take that top lane right now, but they don't know. They're going in for Roshan instead. While the bottom lane is pushed in so far, the tier 4s are under attack.
The way they kited around inside of that fight for Secret, the BKBs came out and it didn't seem like it mattered. They were just like, okay, we're going to run around in circles here. Fada's going to play in the backsides. Sure, he dies, but he finds the targets that matters. He finds the Clockwork, he finds the Lion. And those are the two big catches that Fnatic has. Because Abed, if he goes in the front lines, he's an Ember Spirit. Sure, he's got this magic immunity, but his armor is so low. If he gets hit a couple times by this Lone Druid, by this Invoker, he can easily be brought down.
Yep. Curry is making a trip up towards the north. It's got the BKB of Ace. It's also got the 4-staff of YapzOr, who came to defend. So maybe they're waiting for those items before they would try and force an issue.
I saw the courier on Dire as well died. I think it wasn't the actual full Shivas on the Razor. It actually was the recipe, and I think a 4-staff for
It had a Shiva's Guard recipe.
It has Shiva's Guard recipe
and the
had a
4-staff
four-staff
of Clockwork.
on Clockwork. Okay.
Yeah. Are we ever going to get that back so we can actually click on the dead courier? Like, I saw the screen from
Pimp
Pim
says
Knuckle
no.
shake no.
Pimp says no.
Yeah, no, you know, this is why we can't have nice things.
So he takes the level 20 alacrity damage attack speed. So we're going to be seeing some hard right clicks coming out of this lone druid for sure. And it's pretty much a full hex now for mid one.
Do you still want to go for this, or do you force him into like a big heavy hitter? It's Hex.
You definitely go Hex on the Invoker. You're versus Ember Spirit and you're versus Razor. The only real problems is if they do get their BKBs off, and all you have to do is kite them out, as we've seen them do very successfully so far in Secret. Now Secret, they finally claimed that gold advantage. Even though they have this bottom Rax that's been taken out, they've got Aegis and Cheese now. They're looking very ready to fight, with Fada having these two different tools of initiation with the Blink and the Silver Edge. And you know, it's funny, like, they win that fight and it's like, oh, they didn't have Echo Slam. He never got an opportunity to actually get it off.
It's just that, I don't know if Fnatic is even concerned about it, really. Like, obviously, if you get hit by it when you're 5 heroes together, yeah, you'll be concerned about it. But the fight's just so split up.
Yeah. DJ's just been constantly throwing Spirit Vessels on YapzOr in the fight, so he can't actually get good blinks and get decent positioning.
Lone Druid's coming up towards the top lane. It's the final tier 1 tower, so it makes sense that Fnatic will try and assault it. But they don't really seem to be doing that. The BKB can be afforded by Underlord. It would cost Universe his buyback, however, so he may not be too happy about that. I don't think Envy's going to be too concerned about it now.
It does seem like he really needs a BKB on the Underlord, though. Walking into this,
yeah,
sure, he's got Atrophy Aura, sure, he's got this 13 armor, but as soon as that Bloodthorn comes out, he gets bursted so quickly from all the physical.
The next reactive item we see, full pipe is now done for Puppey.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's recognizing that Ember Spirit's whole damage kit is pretty much magic damage at this point because he's gone for Radiance. And he even went for Flame Guard and Spell Amp. Yep. Well, he doesn't know this exactly just yet.
No, he doesn't. He'll find it out later. And then the Shiva's Guard as well for an Ember Spirit being his build.
Yeah, their physical is really limited.
That's giving him double Shivas and then an Assault Cuirass.
Yeah. The physical on Fnatic is extremely limited. So those BKBs, when they do all come out on Secret, it's going to be very difficult for Fnatic to take fights. Fada's getting closer and closer to his. And like we mentioned, the Lone Druid has his. And not only just that, Ace is getting very close to level 25. So he's going to have that double BKB when he shifts into the true form.
It feels like Universe actually has to buy the BKB before the fight. He's got a surplus of 985, but he's going to need this to survive in the fights.
This is their only wave right now in mid.
Yeah.
Albed was trying to cut it around the secondary one.
That bottom lane is in again. The tier 4 tower's back under siege. Someone's got to do something about this. It's the thorn in the side of Team Secret, right? Like, it's almost worth Ace just running at this tier 1 tower and bringing it down. In fact, that's with the Alpha Wolf behind him. Yeah, he's just going to do it. Yeah,
they bring it down so quickly.
No backdoor regeneration for tier 1 towers makes this possible.
And Fnatic, I think it's really hard for them to actually take team fights now into Secret with this, especially with this Aegis and Cheese. But Secret has just hit a really big timing.
Yeah, but Team Secret need that creep wave. At least by like creep skipping like they are now, they're able to slow down the momentum on bottom. Give a chance for their own creep wave to push back out again. But they're on the hunt. Mid one, under the cover of the Ghost Walk.
So Lincoln's is pretty much done on Abed as well now. So he has a little bit more help in the fights to not get instantly orchided or instant hexed. Sure, he has the BKB for the orchids, but this will help him a bit to protect. And BKB on Fada, they've still got Aegis for about 30 seconds. They could look to
They'll have to wait a little bit longer though. Like, he burnt Dragon Form, so it's on cooldown for 35 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah, but they'll still take that long to get the creep wave to the tier 3 tower, so it makes sense.
Ace is just constantly pulling that, manipulating that bottom wave to make sure that the push doesn't keep going. And now they actually finally have gotten some more aggressive wards down, because Puppey was holding out to 3 for quite a while. They were limited on vision for the last 5 minutes.
We've been watching that from more teams here. Like, they hold on to a whole bunch of wards until they're like, this is the time when we go. Like when we saw it, I think it was yesterday afternoon when we had the 4 wards go down from both sides at the same time.
Aegis gets reclaimed. They've still got the cheese available for themselves.
Oh, if he waved the other side, he would have actually seen the TP out. Fnatic doesn't really catch much information either.
Look at the positioning.
Yeah, they know. They know that Team Secret want to fight. Like, they're not even... Like, the scans are on cooldown for both sides, so they can't even use this to check.
They're just putting Universe on the front line. Because he's got 74 HP regen per second with a BKB.
The only downside is he's got very low armor. He actually backed off getting the Assault Cuirass, and now he's queued up a Scythe of Vice, which is kind of surprising when you still got the double Shivas still on the way for Fnatic. But Team Secret, they walk under the Observer and Sentry.
Secret's ready to fight.
There goes your Sentry Ward. If they put, they get Vision on the hill, so goodbye Observer Ward. Fnatic lose the Vision coming into this fight. They are smoked up. The Tier 2 tower's already gone down. And they have it. You can see him. You can see him backing up and moving forward. They are very uncertain they want this. And they're not going to take it. That creep wave pushing into the Tier 3 tower on bottom will reveal the fact that they are smoked up. So, no other choice. They have to retreat.
Secret getting a bit more out of the map during all this. 4K advantage now. They've got the level 25 Lone Druid, so he's got that double spell immunity when he shifts into true form. And getting themselves some bigger items too. Yeah, all these levels adding up.
Potentially waiting for Roshan. He's 45 seconds away from potential respawn time.
And it will be a last item as the Hurricane Pike for now for Ace. Just that distance, like we're mentioning, versus the Razor. Keeping himself away from that Atrophy aura too.
Keeping himself away from Eternal Envy. And anything which can break a static link, you'll take it. Anything that can push you out of the Clockwork Cogs, you'll take it as well. And they're just waiting for Roshan. Like, he's not up yet, mid one. Can't even be, it's not even possible for him to be up yet.
Secret seem pretty happy though with the pace of the game. Fnatic, they're looking like they are wanting to pick some fights, but Secret, they're kind of staying grouped up. They're not really like forcing the issue. They seem very cool and collected. They even picked themselves up now at Gem to clear out that vision, try to take a better fight.
Roshan time is at 2 minutes. So that's how long we have to wait for that. But you can see Fnatic starting to swarm around, but also Team Secret on the dire side of the river inside their jungle, smoke up, looking for an opportunity.
They saw Universe push out with their ward.
Yep. But they may be walking into a trap and they know it. Around the back, they need to be grouped up. Lone Druid's a little bit too far away. But who can they find? Eternal Envy is the closest target. Scan is only available for the dire side at the moment.
They take the 4 of them take the long way, and Puppy, the sacrificial lamb, just runs in.
They're coming for Ember. They have to silence him instantly, but they've got to get through the Lincoln Sphere. They're able to do so. Silence and Hex with the stun. Woo! Goodbye, Abed. 90 seconds on the sideline. Someone has to TP home. They're going to lose their Tier 4 tower if they don't do it. The never-ending thorn in the side of the team who seem to be dictating the terms of this map.
They are getting further and further ahead though. Envy is not really getting decent farm on this Razor. He's now fallen. He's pretty much tied up with Fada's Dragon Knight. Like Fada's actually just popping his Elder Dragon form just to push out lanes now at this point because they just feel very confident in the fights.
And mid one's turned into a ward. He was sitting inside the pit for about 15 seconds. An Invoker not moving for 15 seconds. Not farming, not doing anything, just watching Roshan. Full Skadi is now on the Lone Druid. Ace buying out for all of this as well. Like
he's changed his item from the Hurricane Pike.
Yes, he changed his item from the Hurricane Pike.
Tanking up.
Well, he's hard to kill, 2.6k when he's in range form. They're looking towards a bit. If they can bring down a Tier 3 tower and start picking up these shrines, then Roshan becomes a lot easier for them. And he's up in 14 seconds.
The Roche with all their BKBs just seems quite easy for Secret.
Plus 224 fortification. What a surprise, it's going to be triggered.
I like how it gives your Alpha Wolf as well, that match community. Leave no man behind.
No bear, no beast. The bear wants to keep pumping. Ace. Okay, there it is. They back up. Now they can take out the shrine. You see it being pinged
Instant
quickly
pings.
too. Yeah. Let's take this out and then secure Roshan.
But they got to scout the Roche, because I think if they just commit for the Roche, it dies in such a fast pace.
Yep.
And this is the refresh your Shard Roche too.
So Fnatic need to bump this mid lane out a little bit more, smoke and go. Actually, do they even have?
I don't see one on anything.
No, they don't. They don't have a smoke available. So
claiming high ground.
The Rocket's scouting out most of it, so they get information from this. Fnatic going the long way around, up through the river. The Rocket will reveal the angle. Not to mention revealing Puppey. Doesn't see much more than that. Too many invis hero sentries are going down. The Pit of Malice catching Fada. He'll go invis with the Shadow Blade up into the trees. Sentries on perfect positioning in the lane. The creep wave started attacking Fada. He walked right into it with the Finger of Death. Hookshot keeping out Yapso, so he can't really help. But the DK's alive at the moment. Eternal Envy in the thick of it, but the Echo Slam at least it keeps Fnatic on the back lines. But Envy slowed down, but it's still not enough. BKB's being burnt massively.
Envy's
but
blink dagger.
only the ES dying.
Envy's blink did work there. He closed the gap onto Ace and he got like 157 damage or so, so they actually were a bit afraid to fully engage into the fights because Ace is majority of their damage because Fada got brought so low.
They're looking to fight top. Ember Spirit very quickly back to the Spirit, and mid one's in trouble. Support is there from Ace, but the stuns, they chain long enough. Invoker, do you want to buy back? The static link is on Ace. They're on the run out of here. Fada's pushing in the top lane while all this is going on, but there's 280 points of damage stolen by Eternal Envy. He just wants to hit Ace once, but Ace still walking around with a cheese. Envy blinking inside the base. He gets feared out. Can Puppey hold him in here? He's got swap available, and he'll swap him out. And the Tornado, no return ticket, punched by Eternal Envy. Instead, he'll be punched down by every single member of Team Secret that's alive.
Puppey's swaps this game are out of control. He saves Fada in the mid initially, gets him away from the rift there. Now they can actually go for that Roche with that buyback from mid one. They do lose their tier 4 tower though.
Yeah, they'll lose their tier 4 tower. There's still buyback possibilities as well from Eternal Envy. And you know him, he'll buy back if they feel they can take a good fight. Just getting him to the front lines is the hard thing. The rockets from Clockwork are almost exclusively on the Roche pit.
This bottom lane just continues to be that problem though. Yeah, so now struggling to push it in. Continues Clockwork rockets.
They need to get rid of these observer wards. Both sides got really good aggressive wards down. Now the gem is in the hands of DJ. And that's the gem of Puppey. That's why all that aggressive vision from Team Secret is gone. And Fnatic have the aggressive ward up near the Secret shop. They got one down the lane. They got one on their defensive high ground near in front of Roshan. And now the smoke maneuver in through the rear. What do they find underneath it? Underlord, he's going to break it. Universe and Arbed nearby. They'll get rid of the bloody orbs, but Rocket back into Roshan. Tense time. The creep wave on bottom is coming back once more. They're starting Roshan with the negative armor. They've got to be so quick about this. How fast can Team Secret do this? Fnatic not in there yet. The BKB's up for Ace. They see it. DJ, he's looking for the hook line. Puppey looking to block it as well, and he does so perfectly. And Fada and Puppey, they're out here as the gang squad. So Roshan, it goes the way of Team Secret, plus all of his gems and jewels.
That's a pretty fortunate DD room spawning outside the pit. Plus 579 on the Lone Druid, able to bring down the Roche in a matter of seconds. But again, Puppey in the right place every single time, it seems, in this game. And
they may try and push this out. Fada's still got the Dragon form for a decent amount of time. Ace making the most of the push time as well. He's got 2 cheeses in that Lone Druid, plus the Refresher Shard. I'm not quite certain he needs that. I think Fada needs that for his Dragon form.
He can cheese and then refresh the second cheese and use it. Neat.
He gave the cheese to Fada.
So mid one looks like he's going to buy Boots of Travel, join his team in the mid.
Swap,
instant stun.
So long, Envy, he's gonna go down! 100 seconds, buyback is available. Fada gonna attack in. The Pit of Malice slows it down. Here comes your buyback from Eternal Envy. The melee racks will fall. Fada's taking care of the range racks. They're gonna rotate up towards the top. They want 2 lanes of racks. They'll take the tier 3 tower very easily. Lone Druid going into his big bear form. He knows the timing. The BKB's being burned. And now it's gonna be Universe that gets mopped up. He was meant to be the big ass tank, but now they jump in deeper. Eternal Envy, BKB will protect him alive to see a lot of damage out of the hands of Ace. But this is the problem. Yeah, the throne is going down, but Echo Slam! Yapso jumps in. Goodbye, Pile Die, and goodbye, Eternal Envy. 2 minutes on the sideline. Universe, he's going in. He's going for the GG. He's on the back of the range creep. Arbed's here as well. Fnatic are actually doing this. They're going for the full GG. Mid one's come for the defense. Modification's not there. Fnatic have done it. They've gone in through the rear. And they've actually taken Secret in the full series 2-1. Shit.
What just happened? That bottom. Even Puppey, you see Puppey just says, I can't believe that.
What an ending! What an ending! They saw the opportunity, they saw the moment. Secret committed, and Fnatic. That range creep was on 1/5 health when they went to it. That was the one. That was the chosen range creep. with the creep wave in through the bottom. I was calling it the thorn on the side of Team Secret for so long.
It seems like it was more than a thorn. It was a broadsword.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I have no words.
Poison Blade, Poison Blade.
No words.
Oh, so Fnatic have actually done it. They were able to push their way through a 2-1 victory.
and I can't believe it.
You saw Pilot Eye at the end too.
crap.
It's just like, oh, man, Secret, scratch your heads. How the hell did that happen? They get second place in the group because of this result. So Fnatic get the berth into the semi-final, topping the group, joining the side of VG Gaming. They will play.
I got no words. I got no words, Toby. That was that game was just back and forth all over the place. Adjustments being made all over the game, and then they lose because some creeps.
All right, let's throw it to people with words.
I agree.
Hi, panel. Break it down.
Vodafone presents the post-match.
All right, well, I'm out of breath. The panel's out of breath. I promise you, we are really out of breath up here. What an extraordinary end to an extraordinary day of Dota 2. The very best game saved until the end. And no one knew which way it was going to go right up till the very last few seconds of it. What a brilliant way to end the day. A fantastic victory for Fnatic as well. Where do we start with the panel? Let's find out from our men on the panel right now. Alan, what do you say?
I don't know I don't know after how many Dota games I've ever heard Toby 1 speechless. I mean, that was unbelievable. And thank God that I did a little vocal training because I would be dead
glad you
right
did.
now.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Will, they're halfway to your demand.
So I actually didn't get to watch the end of that game because we were running up here.
Indeed.
I was like, okay, well, Secret
you were
won.
let me just rephrase it. You were walking back. Kev and I were running back because we stayed to see the end.
Yeah, I was like chill. I was like, all right, well, Envy died without buyback. It's time to go do my job. And then it wasn't just you guys. It was, I heard somebody, I heard people screaming from the player area because I think they were also getting hype in that. And then that kind of ruined it. I was like, they would only scream if
something crazy had won. I'm going to get more from you in just a moment. We're going to try and catch our breath up here. In the meantime, Shiva, save us, please, with an interview with the winning captain of Fnatic.
Ooh, Envy, that was crazy. I'm just gonna ask, what was that like? Yeah, we are live. I'm gonna ask, like, what was that? The final seconds of that game.
No, I was just like, I ran in on no buyback. I died. I was like, oh my god, and I was like, all right, after your time, after.